Okay, so there's the other video. There's the other video. We're gonna get started. That video right there is probably the one that'll get me kind of angry. With all due respect though, I respect the hell out of Kobe Bryant. I even thought when I was 6 years old, I just saw him like pull a jumper, I think, and then all of a sudden I just said I like Lakers. I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, but right now I'm a Thunder fan. I'm not switching teams. I'm no bandwagon. Thunder fan since 2012. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into the video. So that was the one I was talking about. Let's go.
Kobe Bryant, of all the points that he scored, 2,086 assists that were given to him.
2,086?
Only two were by point guards. The other four leaders in assists to him were from forwards or centers. You've got, what is it here? I got a list here. Derek Fisher, Lamar Odom, Shaquille O'Neal, Pau Gasol, Rick Fox, and Smush Parker. Those were the individuals that are accountable for the assist to some of Kobe's points in his career, okay? Only two of them were guards. The others were forward. So Kobe's thinking about what he had to do in order to accomplish.
Have you looked up Jordan's numbers along those lines?
I have not yet.
Because they both played in the triangle for the same coach.
Kobe
with
had
similar
help.
type of point guards.
Yeah, but not the similar type of
Kobe,
supporting cast in terms of Scottie Pippen with
But
PJ
something's
Armstrong and
not
those guys,
right about
Michael
this video.
Jordan compared with Shaq and other guys. It's just different. I'm not saying it's
Shaq's
better
a
or
great
worse.
passer,
Yeah, I understand
Bro,
that.
I'm not
saying,
putting
but,
Shaq
for
on my
the
list.
dominant, you got the ball. My only point in bringing that up is to say, you talk to Kobe.
But he's a
The
legend though.
important thing to understand for us all, he's not playing.
No, he believes.
He believes that he ain't joking.
But that's why
He's not joking.
That's why I'm saying it.
He's not joking, huh?
It's important for him.
He's
to
not
believe it,
joking.
But every shred of
All right.
evidence points to Jordan.
I'm gonna
which is
say
why it's
something
him and
right
Jordan
now.
And LeBron, according to him. Let me quickly say, Kobe's also told me. What if Jordan came in the league with Wilt Chamberlain, right? Because that's what happened with Shaq and him, and he. Points that out to say, it's difficult for me to prove my case. I was playing next to the modern day Wilt Chamberlain. My response to that is if Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain on the same...
I'm gonna say it again. In my opinion, Wilt Chamberlain's the greatest center of all time. And greatest of all time. Y'all not counting rings, alright? Don't play that with me. Bill Russell's not in the conversation. I don't care how the era was. Alright? Let's get back.
Team, they would win the championship every year. Jordan won the championship every year in under 7 games.
I
He'd win
understand.
it under 4 games.
But where's
Jordan
Bill
and
Russell?
Wilt, they called the series off after 3 games. It's a massacre. All right, hold on. I want you guys to go somewhere with me. So first answer this question for me. Let's set aside Kobe for 1 second. Do you think Michael Jordan cares about this debate? Does he care about being compared to LeBron James? Does he care about
Nah, he don't
the
care.
GOAT debate?
And I'm glad he don't
directly.
care.
And what I mean by that is this, and I've explained
Because
this
he
to
knows
Max
a lot
on
of people are
several
gonna
occasions very
disagree with that. I'm glad he don't
It's
care.
not
I
that
wouldn't
they
care
care
either.
about the individual comparisons. They care about the criteria. When LeBron retires, it's not going to be, and you have somebody else on the come up that we're saying
Bruh.
is better than LeBron. It's not that he's going to look at the individual player and say, oh, that guy's better than me, or he's not better than me. He's going to look at the criteria. He's going to look at the style of play. He's going to look at the times that we're living in. He's going to look at the rules that favor a particular offensive play or a system, rather. Like today's game is much softer than the games back in the day. You understand that Steph Curry wouldn't have.
Okay, Kobe. How come you answered when you said you didn't care about the debate, the GOAT debate? How? Why?
Been what he is.
I'm gonna get to there.
They'd have put
I'm gonna
something
get
on
to what
him
I'm
because
saying.
the rules allowed you to get physical. So they
Did
pay
LeBron
attention to those kind of things. In other words, the Jordan rules that were implemented by the bad boy Pistons. Jordan thinks about having to
Right.
go through that to ascend to the point that he ascended to. And he's asking who else had to go through that.
Celtics,
So
Jazz
you
would
look at
call
those
Malone,
things,
man.
And if we're not consistent with the criteria we utilize to judge those guys, that's when guys get their back up and they're offended. If you're judging everybody by the same accord, and you can believe what you want, they might debate or argue with you, but it's no big deal. But where they get their back up and they're very, very serious about it, is when we change the standard to a less rigid fashion for their successors. That's when they have a problem with
Jordan
guys.
cares about it, but I want to relate a story that Stephen A. told
Jordan
me once.
cares about it?
Michael Jordan.
Sure.
And this is my version of like sports pornography, practically.
Hold on,
it's
man.
my favorite sports
Let
story
me
of
pull out
all
my
time.
hat.
Michael
Let me
Jordan
pull
used
out-
to infuriate his opponents before big games.
Hold on.
He would do things off the court to infuriate them. And when Stephen A. told me this, I said, of course, this is what Muhammad Ali used to do. You want to get under their skin, throw him off his game. Stephen A. said, no. Jordan used to tell me I wanted them to hate me so they were the best versions of themselves.
And then he would destroy them.
So that when I beat them, they knew I beat their best. Michael Jordan spends his time nowadays watching LeBron James, thinking, how would I defend
Crossover.
him? He is
Damn,
psychotically
he did Bird dirty.
competitive, defectively.
Look at Pippen over here. Cool ass. Oh,
I think there are people
damn.
that pay attention to this. I think it does fuel some. I think they're fueled by anger and a burning desire and edge.
Don't you know
And there
who
are those
Jordan
know
is?
what they can control, as you point out, Max, who know I can't control the debate. I controlled it when I was on the
said,
floor. I can't control what Stephen A. or Max thinks. That is a unique ability to understand the world. And maybe these guys are unique, or maybe they have that edge still and still care.
Let me give you a nugget of information. I can't tell you how many times, whether it's Jordan, Isaiah, or anybody else, any of those stars, any of the guys that used to play, that are Hall of Famers, I can't tell you how many arguments I've had with them over players that had nothing to do with them. They would argue. I mean, Jordan will argue on behalf of Bird.
Right.
Isaiah would argue on behalf of other guys. I mean, you know, when you heard names like, for example, names that we don't even mention or think about, the Junior Bridgmans and Sidney Moncriefs of the world and people like that, Alvin Robinson's strongest guy. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy was an Oxford. You hear people talking
Dominique
about him like this,
Wilkins.
they
Dominique
think about it.
Wilkins.
And so this is what I mean when I talk about them protecting the culture and the history,
Real quick.
because they're going to hold you accountable for the standard that you held them to. They want you to hold it to LeBron and others.
Real quick, Jordan went for 6 championships because Magic had 5. That was the modern era record, right? Jordan wants to be the greatest ever, and he knows he can prove it. This is why Kobe
Wait, but-
doesn't want to debate
but
it.
what
He
about
knows
Bill
in his
Russell?
heart He's the best ever, but he can't prove
But
it.
do you think it burns Kobe that more often than not, the debate is MJ versus LeBron?
Of course.
Kobe
Gotta burn.
Kobe is an intellectual. He doesn't have much patience for what he considers to be idiocy. He definitely values
Who the hell is that guy in the middle?
those that paved the way. That
Someone
played
tell
in a
me who
different
that guy
time,
in the
a different
middle
system.
is.
The old school guys that value him.
James
Because
Corden?
Kobe's a guy that believes that they
I think that's
value
his name.
him
Never mind.
more
James
than they
Corden.
value somebody like LeBron. Like we talked about Jordan. You remember Wojnarowski? Woj interviewed Giannis.
I was talking
Giannis
about
the
that
other day.
dude in the
And
middle.
Giannis talked about, I'm not trying to be
James
friends
Corden.
with anybody. I'm going up against it, right? Remember when he said that?
yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, guess what? Kobe wasn't that kind of guy, right? Giannis is not that kind of
Kobe
guy.
was
right?
just
Who
a
is that
shooter,
kind of guy?
you know?
Who befriends everybody?
He was just
Hugging
a clutch
everybody, singing
player. That's what he
Kumbaya,
was
we all
known
boys, let's
for.
hang out.
A clutch
Nah,
player.
That's not the old school cat.
one
They
thing
ain't
is
about
for
that.
sure.
Kobe Bryant was known for a clutch player, alright? So, I know everyone disagrees with that. Kobe is not, he knows he's not the greatest of all time, you know? He's not better than LeBron James, he's not better than Michael Jordan. So how can he say he's the greatest of all time when he knows he's not? When he's only a top 5 player, you know what I mean? But I said it in the beginning, I'll say it again and again in case there's another debate. Alright? I feel like this debate thing needs to stop right now. It's been going on for 3 years and I'm pretty sure people are tired of it, you know? I'm saying Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest of all time. Whoever don't agree, no one. I'm just gonna say no one is the greatest of all time. You know, there are no GOATs. All right. I want this debate to stop. There are no GOATs. How about that? No GOATs. They're just NBA players. They're just They're just Hall of Famers. They're just legends. No GOATs. All right. No one's the greatest of all time. If that case, all right. No one's the greatest if that case. I'll put it like that. I'm out.